going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Bobbya Podcast. It's me, your boy Bobbya, with my boy Matt Moresco, a.k.a. the real Matt Damon. We got Matt Wong, man in the cameras, man. He don't want to be seen. He just Matty Ice. That's how he does it. Yep. But for our second commentary, man, let's see if we can do this. No, podcast, not commentary, but I'm excited to be doing this. We just ate, had some peppercorn chicken 2 times in a row. I might make this a routine. What you think?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking today, I'm not going to lie to you, I be thinking about some weird shit. I'm a weird dude. And most recently, I started thinking about some of these weird ways to die. And we talk about this all the time. How would you rather go out? Rather something like this or something like that? So I'm just thinking we should just really tackle that. Like, what is the most vicious way to die, and which ways would you rather do it? I mean, it's sickening. I don't recommend anybody go out and try none of this shit, but
no,
I just think it's a great conversation. I mean, 2 normal people talking about some weird shit. So this is one I came up with. I'm a sadistic motherfucker. I came up with this one. So you have 4 minutes. You're going to endure the pain and everything before you die for 4 minutes. So this is the thing. Would you rather be tied down in a chair and someone has to hit you 5 times in the face with a hammer? You're dying on that 5th hit. So you're going to have to endure each hit, the pain and the torture. Would you rather someone do that to you, hit you 5 times in the face with a hammer, and die? Or would you rather someone put a plastic bag over your head, like in Lucky Number 11, put the plastic bag over your head, but here's the thing, because you're going to suffocate and die. You got a poisonous rattlesnake in that bag with you, and some of the most poisonous spiders in the world in that bag. So they're going to be biting you, the venom, they're biting at you the whole time. But remember, you're not dying until after that 4 minutes is up. Which way are you going?
So the hammer and the bag is 4 minutes total for both of those?
For both of those. You're not done. So they're going to hit you with the hammer, 30 to 40 seconds go by, you're taking another hit. As long as it gets to the 4-minute mark, which way are you going?
Steak.
So you're suffocating with this plastic bag.
Yep.
You want to take...
So you're suffocating and...
You're getting poisoned.
God, that's terrible.
I do that.
Yeah?
Because the hammer, man...
It is hard to take a hammer to the head.
Right, and you said you're dazed, right?
Yeah.
Whereas, like, when you're suffocating and you're getting poisoned, even though it hurts as hell, the hammer is, like, a pain that is, right? The venom's going to poison you and you're just going to die.
You know what I'm saying? The thought of a spider several just
But think of like you're like at wit's end and you're like have the worst headache, right, or the worst pain in the world.
That's what
I would say.
I think in the office, I think I said hammer, I can't stand spiders. I fucking hate spiders.
Uh-huh.
I don't really like snakes either.
Me neither.
And I definitely don't ever want to suffocate.
And you had that plastic bag over the head too.
But yeah, to take a shot to the face,
gosh, man,
with a hammer, and that's within 4 minutes, a 4-minute span. That'd be one thing if it was like 20 seconds, boom, boom.
No way out of this. You're gonna be alive for all 4 or 5 hits. You're taking all of those hits.
I hate to say this, but I'm gonna go plastic bag with the insects.
Even with this.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me see.
It's 2-1 already, man. It's 2-1.
Okay.
Now, you already chalk one up for the insects.
Now, one thing I said, it kind of depended on who was swinging the hammer, but at the end of the day, you're still dying at the end. So it just depends on whether you got a big muscle-bound motherfucker just welling away with this man. You got Barry Bonds taking swings at the head. Or is it just someone like a Fram Arabella just smacking you with the hammer? One of those. You got to take one of those. But again, that pain. I think I'm almost willing to endure those 5 hits compared. I'm terrified of snakes. So I'm scared the snake gonna go down my throat and just be biting me in the inside. The biters.
I feel like that's a lesser of the 2 evils, is the snakes and that.
But I've watched a couple like the National Geographical type things about. I've recently watched something about Australia's most dangerous creatures, and some of those spiders, they did the real close up. Them fangs, they dig into your skin and ripping. I don't know. As I'm suffocating, I can continually keep taking those bites and just now my nervous system is. No, they said these bites are some of the most painful. Like they say one because they say the 2 things. One, it's the bite. you're gonna feel that, and it's gonna hurt like hell. Then as time starts going, then you start feeling your nervous system and everything starting to break down from the venom. So the pain is there from the bites. Now they continuously biting at me, and then you're suffocating, and then now everything's shutting down. All of these things. I think I'm ready to take the hammers to the face. I mean, because I feel like he's gonna hit me, and I'm gonna be in the extreme pain. But 40 seconds is gonna go by, and I think you're gonna start getting numb, and then wham, here it comes again. You gonna feel the. So I think it's gonna be at least a common sensation. They're gonna be throbbing the whole time, but I feel like that common sensation is gonna hit you, and you're like, okay, and then bam, another one gonna hit you. So I think that's gonna happen. But I'd rather take that rather than these snakes just constantly biting. For 4 minutes, I gotta endure this. At least I get a break in between the hits of the hammer. So I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, but I think the amount of pain per strike from the hammer would be more substantial than. Now, of course, we're talking about the most deadliest spiders and snakes, but yeah, and dude, that movie in Pan's Labyrinth. I don't know if you
I haven't seen it. I got it at the house too.
But dude, there's a guy who gets with the butt end of a gun, and like you just every shot he takes, like his face gets pushed in. I'm taking the fucking insects.
We're talking about the worst way to die. What movie you talk about? Where the guy has like a razor and he's slowly pushing it into the guy's chest.
Oh, Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
Was that when they was fighting in that room?
When the sniper.
I mean, he was in the building. They was fighting each other, and he got on the enemy got on top of, I forgot which character that was, but they were wrestling, and dude got a knife, and he slowly he's overpowering him because dude's holding his horn, and he's stronger, and he's slow. Oh,
and that's when that translator's too big of a pussy to do anything, right?
Yeah. He was hiding. He's hiding downstairs. That was intense.
Yeah.
That was intense. We should have put that in here for one. Because I was thinking the two movies I would have grabbed. I would have thought that from Saving Private Ryan or American History X, where Edward Norton kicks the black guy in the back of the head when his mouth was on the curb.
Well, let's do that right now. Which one would you? That's tough.
I think I'd take the stump to the head. I don't want that sense of someone overpowering me as I'm holding the knife
you're
back.
You're literally looking at yourself dying, right?
I don't want that. I could take somebody stumping my. I don't care about that, but you're not gonna humiliate me before you kill me. You're not. I mean, because seriously, just as an audience member watching that, because he's put up a fight, but as the dude slowly overpowered him.
It was
That was like making somebody tap out in a fight rather than knocking you out quickly, making you have to tap out and give up. That's what it felt. It felt like he was giving up. It was like he's overpowering me. I can't. Whew, yeah.
I'm taking a stomp to the head. Yeah, because after that description, there's no way.
No way.
I don't want a knife slowly.
It's the whole torturous 1,000 cuts.
That took it took because the fight lasted a little while, but once he finally got on top of him, and that was like 15 seconds of torture, where it was just like you're. And the look the dude had on his face, like when he was trying to stop it, it was
helpless.
It was
fucking helpless.
Yeah.
It was just like, and then he took that last gasp once it hit him. It was just like, fuck, I couldn't do nothing. I was like, I couldn't do nothing to save him.
I forgot about that
So
scene.
those two right there. So for sure, you're taking the stump to the back of the head.
Yeah.
If it would have been any other thing outside of that slow knife to the chest, I would have took whatever I would have took, but. I don't know, man. The stump of the head, it seems like that's more doable than someone slowly overpowering me and sticking a knife in my chest. We didn't even write that in there, but that was a good one. But here's one that we just came up with. So we say would you rather be hanged by a noose or beheaded by an executioner? So I'm gonna go first. Now, in history, black people have been hung. I mean, not just black people, but everybody. A lot of people have been hung. But back when we really dealing with like the slavery and like all that was one of the things they always did. They always hung you on the streets so people can see you. So for me, I don't ever want to be hung. That's just in my head. I don't want to just not even just the black thing, but just the whole part of just my neck and just being held, and depends on the way they do it too. I don't want to be standing on a stool and nobody kick a stool from underneath me or one of the platforms where the ground would just go out. I don't want to do that. Beheading, we talked about this, and I just thought it's gonna go by quick. And now if they do some pay-per-view event where it makes it go last for 3 hours before the dude come out and do it, then I might have to second guess it. But I just think the guy's gonna come up, he's gonna come down swiftly, my head's rolling and I'm done. Okay. But the noose, you're gonna go through that. You're gonna hang, and people you're gonna be still conscious, and you're gonna still see things, and you're gonna be fighting to get out of that.
It's like the fire. It's a slow burn, right?
It's a slow burn. Yeah.
So I'm going beheading because the whole I got so many factors, but I'm just gonna say for sure I'm going beheading.
You could turn me upside down with the like I could be looking at the executioner, and I would still take that over the noose. Yeah,
It's a split second.
It's a split second. Yeah, like there's time to think about it, and there's time to think about the noose.
Okay, well, how about this? What if he's an inexperienced executioner? The first swing kind of like cuts
that
deep.
happened.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Back in medieval times, they said that sometimes you had to do it 2 or 3 times.
So what if he had to hack on you 3 times? I'm just telling you right now. Now I think about it, it's tougher, but I'm not getting hung. You're not hanging me. No, because I'll take 3 swipes of that blade or axe, whatever it is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking the
See,
axe.
it made you hot. You had to take your hat off and everything. It made you hot. Think about that.
Well, yeah, no. If the guy's a rookie and he's gonna take some 3 swipes, I mean, then maybe
you're
I
gonna feel that pain.
it,
You're gonna scream.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to. In all the movies you see, they release like the board and you fall, and you hear like the crack in the neck.
Oh man!
And then you see the guy. They're just their
the
feet
legs
are just dangling like this, and man, no, I don't want to go out like that.
Isn't there like a couple of seconds after where your body still thinks it's alive, right?
Mm-hmm.
The nerves are.
Yeah, and your body's probably trying to get out of it, and you can't even move.
Yeah.
No, yeah. The guy could be a rookie with the sword or knife, whatever it is, the hatchet. He could fuck up 5 times. I'm taking the hatchet over the noose.
Yeah, so we all agree on that one, man. Because at first I was thinking that's a tough one, but I just thought back to everything, all the things that made my decision. I was like, I'd rather just go ahead and behead me. Like if we inexperienced or not, I'm taking that over it. I don't care what you say. So that's cool. That's cool. At least we sort of are agreeing on something. So here's one that kind of makes you think. So would you rather die accomplished at the age of 18, or die ordinary at a like 60 or 70, any age?
I mean, to me that's another no-brainer. I would rather and I see where that could be like a good argument, but I would rather. And first of all, I don't know. Sure, you can accomplish a lot at the age of 18 or getting to 18. I mean, maybe if you're fucking, DiCaprio or like these kids who fucking make money on wall.
You have to set the rules. What does accomplished mean? What do you mean by accomplished?
That's because I was gonna I don't know, but I say for me, I was thinking die ordinary at any age, and right now I'm an ordinary person. I live a normal life. I have a family. I'm married. Go to work. I went to school, got a degree. So I did all these ordinary things where some people would see that as accomplished. But
Absolutely.
for most of us, it's just ordinary. Like nothing stands out, and you can die at any age. But if I had the chance to do something, accomplish something, and die at 18, say I found the cure for cancer or AIDS or I did something like that, but I suddenly died at 18. If you're telling me that one thing that I did changes the world or anything, I'm taking that.
Yeah.
Because at first I was with you guys, forget that, I want to live. But if I can live. If I came up with the cure for cancer or AIDS at the age of 17, and I at least got the chance to get some sort of satisfaction out of that, take me at 18.
Yeah.
That's a solid point.
Take me at 18. That's what I say is accomplished. Something that you did something that's going to affect the world. Because I didn't think of that. Dude, that just hit me about 25 seconds. As I was reading that, it hit me and said, that's accomplished.
Because when you first read the question, you think, like a celebrity.
Yeah. See, I was thinking past that I was thinking, man, you got to do something.
You win like a Nobel Prize or something.
You got to do something that changes the world. That's now you're going to go down as one of the most brilliant or just, they're going to celebrate you every year. This guy found the cure for cancer or AIDS. No one's ever going to die from that again because of you. That means a lot.
That would be the one scenario where
that's my scenario. So you can't take. You got to come with your own scenario.
Well, I don't have one. So I'm taking. I'd rather die. I would rather live through the good times and the hard times, and I'll do all my good deeds in between. Whether having kids or family, just being a good human being. I'd rather go through that process and die, be ordinary and die like 65, 75, 85. So that's But I mean, you bring up a good point though. Yeah, if it was something like cancer, I'd take, dying at 18 and being accomplished. But for me personally, it would be to live a good life, be a good human being, go through, all the different amount of experiences you can experience up to the, 75, 85, and that's when I would die.
And Wong, what you got?
Yeah, I think I'll go for Moresco.
So just
Because
ordinary,
essentially we're living that life, like you said.
Yeah.
You know?
I know. I mean, I'm living the ordinary, beautiful life that I'm living is cool. But I'm saying, if I had that chance at before 18, I can impregnate, get married and go on a honeymoon at 17 and do all this stuff. But I keep saying, I'm missing out on family, which is the most important thing to me.
At 18, you haven't gone to college.
Hey, I could have graduated at 13, 14.
But what Bobby's saying, I agree, is that your contribution to society is so greater than that.
Yeah.
That it doesn't matter that you didn't live a full life because you have contributed through centuries. For like the next 500 years, they'll be like, Bobby cured, solved poverty or something, or hunger, or world peace or
something that we can. I mean, because we've been trying to cure cancer and AIDS and all this stuff for a while, and I mean, we keep setting these funds and all these research, and I keep reading like on these different articles and hearing these things where it's like you've got all of these places set up. It's not enough money to do it, and it's just I honestly don't know if it's getting that much closer, but. If I was able to do something like that at 17, where I came up with the antidote or some type of something
that is,
and not nothing where you got to pay a lot of money for, where it's something that I just got the DNA formula, whatever, right? Boom, simple as this, you're cured. I mean, not pay millions of dollars to get it. No, this is to everybody. And if I died suddenly at 18, I think I would be okay with that. I would. I mean, I do want the family because I have a family and I love my family more than anything on this planet, and I wouldn't be willing to give them up for nothing. But if at 17 I came up with this and I did that, I would be okay going out. Like on my deathbed, I'd be like, or if I just didn't wake up, I'd be okay with that. I think, damn, that's a good one, huh?
That is good.
I hit y'all with a curveball on that one. All right, so those were pretty much all the questions. I enjoyed this because that kind of stimulated, you just thought about it. I mean, when it comes down to it, though, any one of these situations, you just don't know. I would continually be trying to figure out a way out of it, but
it's tough to think about.
Yeah, but as a movie person, I love watching these type of movies that have these type of things where we have Saw and we have The Final Destination. And in these movies, you have these sort of situations happen all the time. So my question to you, and this is the way I look at it, Final Destination, to me, kind of has that. They always said death is coming, but I always just looked at it as death, but it's all kind of a natural cause that you're gonna go. Like it's gonna be a gruesome, painful, or at times just sudden, quick death, but it's always caused by like death and nature coming at the same time, right? Mm-hmm. But some of these still are torture type deaths. So that's how I look at The Final Destination. Then when I look at the Saw movies, in the beginning, in the Urks, I watched all of these. In the beginning, the guy that was behind these traps, elaborate traps, he was more setting these up to the point where you do have a possibility of dying, but it was set in for you to make sacrifices to redeem yourself in society for all the bad things you've done. So he always set these traps up where you have a chance of making it out, but you're gonna have to make a sacrifice, whether you lose an arm or become disfigured. But at the end of the day, all of those people that survived always were so thankful for him. So what I want to ask you is, which movie would you want to be in and die? Would you rather be in a Final Destination movie and die, or would you want to be in a Saw movie and die in one of those traps?
I'm going Final Destination.
Final Destination.
Yeah. Because, and I see, like, you were talking about earlier how, I guess, like, I don't know how many movies there are, Final Destination, like 5 or 6.
6, I think.
Like, when I watch Saw, like, I'm squirming. Mm-hmm. These, in every single death that I've seen, these people are on a timer or a clock. Mm-hmm. And you give that to me, like, if, someone lays down, you have 2 minutes to what, like, one of them you have to like slit above your eye, like, to get the key that we put in it. Like, if I first of all, if I'm on a timer, that's already bad.
You buck under the pressure, basically.
I will. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you're saying.
Well, yeah. If it comes to life or death, If it comes down to like slitting my own eye, above my eye and reaching into my fucking brain and grabbing a key that I need to, use to unlock the head thing, yeah, I'm gonna fucking buckle under pressure. Whereas in Final Destination, that shit happens on the spot.
Not all of them.
But nothing is premeditated though, right?
No.
See, I would rather. I think.
I mean, when death's schedule was premeditated, you're supposed to die at this particular time, but nobody set this trap for you.
So, like, let's just say, for an example, if I slip and fall in the shower, and God, it's hard to come up with an example because I don't know these movies that well. But
then, and someone in the first Final Destination, someone was in the shower and he slipped and fell. The shampoo bottle had waste, so he slipped. He was getting out, and as he was getting out, I think the curtain thing that was holding the curtain wrapped around his neck, and he could not stand back up to like get his footing. So he choked, not choked, but he pretty much suffocated because he was trying to get out. He couldn't stand up. His feet was sliding all over the place, and that he was tortured. They showed his eyes went bloodshot. He was in pain. There was no way out of that. Whereas, like with the Saw movies, you still have that chance. Well, in the early Saw movies, where in the later ones, spoiler alert, when the guy dies, someone else steps in and they're setting the traps. He's setting these traps for you to die no matter what. There is no escape. He's setting these traps for you to die. Whereas the other guy was setting them to the point where you can make that sacrifice and you can live through these. So I always figured I would want the early Saw. I would want the early Saw traps where, like you say, see, I buckle under pressure too. But if it's something where it's like a minute and a half and you need to put your hand through these glass infested broken glass thing to get that key, I might shred my hand all up to try to get that key and unlock this thing before it smashes my face in half and kills me. If you're giving me that chance, I'm gonna try it. Whereas Final Destination,
but we're dying either way though, right?
Yeah,
more likely you're gonna die. But but I think it's the hope that I can make it out of this trap that's kind of doing it.
And you're dying valiantly. With the Final Destination, like you said, sometimes you're dying humorously. Someone will find your body and you're like, what the hell?
And I'm telling you from this one, you're not dying those quick ones where the one guy was lifting the weights in the weight room and then all of a sudden the little sources on the wall, they shred it down and all of a sudden weights smash. No quick one. You're taking one of these ones where...
That's okay, because the deaths aren't quick in Saw either, from what I remember. So I would rather have it be instantaneous, where it's a natural cause, and yes, maybe that natural cause after it hits, maybe there's like a minute or two where I'm trying to fight it.
Man.
But I'd rather go through that than someone... all those movies and Saw, like, they wake up, right? Like, they've been drugged, they wake up, and they fucking hit the play button, the guy's like,
telling you,
in a deep voice, Tracy, you have 3.5 minutes to cut off your left hand to reach up in your shoulder. Like, I would rather slip in the shower. I don't care if I'm getting strangled by the fucking the shower head or the curtain, whatever it is. I'd rather die that way than have
some vicious ones too, man.
I'd rather die that way than rather have to be on a timer and to feel all the excruciating pain and torture. So that's my reasoning.
So I think you're a coward. I think I'm gonna go through.
But you're dying either way, though.
Yeah, but I don't know that. If I'm thinking that he's telling me I can possibly get out of this, I mean, like you say, you're dying regardless. But in my head, it's a timer, and I'm going to try, fight, and claw. I think the thing that's going to push me the most is family. Me getting back to my family. I always tell myself, me and wife have these discussions. I always tell her, if I'm in a plane and it's going down, I believe that I'm going to make it out of that to get back to my family. I don't know. Just I think it's that never give up attitude. Like, I don't know, and I've seen Unbreakable where Bruce Willis was in that crazy train wreck. It was a train wreck, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he came out with a couple of scratches. Like, I feel like I'm that guy that if something like this was to happen, I'm coming out. I'm coming back home.
But we're saying though,
the parameter is you're dying.
You're dying either way.
Yeah, and but again with the Saw stuff, I just feel like if he's giving me a minute and 30, and he's basically saying I'm gonna go for it. Whether I die or not, I'm going for it. Whereas Moresco just saying, well, I'm a coward. I'm going to just take one for the team.
Now, if you say there's a chance to get out...
No. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that the possibility that he put in front of me said... Because you're dying regardless from these two, either one of these movies. But I'm just saying that if I had the chance to try to make it, I'm going to give it 110%. Like, I'm going for it. And at the end of that timer, I guess
I would too. So
no, you just told me you're taking a final destination way
our
out.
parameter was that we're dying.
We are dying, but you said if there's a timer or something like that.
Why fight it and go through the torture if you're gonna die no matter what?
Because I believe in my mind that I'm gonna make it. I believe that I'm gonna make it out. You know, I'm telling myself I'm going to survive this, but at the end of the day, I just didn't. You know, but at least in my head, I'm gonna go out fighting. My tombstone gonna say I tried. That's the way I look at it. But man, which one is you? Because me and Russ, like, we're gonna argue about this forever.
I'm with you, the Saw ones.
You're dying, but you're gonna try.
Right. Well, and like you said, there's a premeditation, so you know you're gonna die, but you're gonna be valiant about it. You're gonna save people, maybe, right? Mm-hmm. Where Final Destination, you're just gonna die.
Yeah, you already escaped death once. It's coming back for you. So if you escape it again. Well, he gonna come back after he gonna go back through the line of folks, and then he gonna come back and hit you again. Like I always felt that in Final Destination. It's like, well, okay, if they keep surviving, that means they just have to keep going over. I would have did what the other lady did. I would have locked myself up in the institution. Don't nobody bring no sharp objects. I don't want nothing in here but padded walls.
Does that happen in one of the movies?
Yeah, and I think in the second one, the girl who survived in the first one, she was in a padded room. I think her name was Ali something. I forgot, Ali Laytner or something like that. But she played in the first one. And she survived. So in the second one, she was in the padded room.
Let me guess. She ends up dying somehow, right?
She dies in the second one at the end. Yeah, but because people came for help, they wanted to get help from her. And spoiler alert, but they wanted to get help from her, and she came out and she dies. But like I'm saying, I wouldn't want to keep going through that. That's the other thing with the Final Destination movie. If you mess up the timeline again,
I don't know this shit though.
I'm telling you.
You said you gave one scenario, and that's gonna keep fucking happening. Once a year.
But that's the way I look at it. So I'm glad we went through this. I know people probably at home is like, these motherfuckers is crazy. But it was just something to stimulate, man. I thought we came up with a lot of good ones. Matt Wong, I know you're going to end up putting up the link to the Bobbya Podcast email somewhere over here or right there or to this way. And I just want you guys to send in, the questions, just whatever comments, let us know how we doing, whatever you want, man. I love y'all for watching this. We appreciate it. I want you to share this video with your friends. Just do whatever. Let everybody see this, man. Tell them how crazy we are. But I don't know if you have a Twitter account yet. Maybe we need to hook you up with one. Matt Wong can put it somewhere right here, there, or over there. Matt Wong, you got to get you a Twitter account, too, so we can have people following. I know you don't want to be seen on camera, but then your brother has a Twitter account, so you might as well get one, too.
I'll just be a ghost, man.
But I appreciate everyone checking this out. This is the Bobbya Podcast. Hopefully you come on back next week when we throw another one up and we out of here. Peace and love.